the Perth Motorplex in a very interesting place right now. We are in the passenger seat. Yes, I know for the Americans we're on the driver's side, but in Australia it's not the case. We are sitting outside of turn 4 in one of the John Day Utes. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. And we're sitting here with you. Who in the hell are you?
So I'm David, and I'm one of the John Day drivers.
History?
For myself, so I'm married to his youngest daughter, almost 20 years now, so family.
So you snuck in and got the job one way or another.
I snuck in, I guess.
You did it right.
You know.
Congratulations, sir.
There's a big waiting line, and I just jumped that and married one of the girls, and here I am.
The best hunter always wins. But anyways, we're here it's the KRIKKE Boys Shootout. So I was joking in the beginning saying Crikey, thinking Steve Irwin and stuff, but it's actually KRIKKE coming to learn a couple months ago, and when what is the actual history to this race a little bit? I guess there were some brothers that were really stout race car drivers or something.
Oh, absolutely. So the whole KRIKKE family, just a huge name in the speedway here in Western Australia. And this race come about, unfortunately, due to a tragic accident. Ron's son, an up-and-coming driver, Daryl, his cousin, which is Jason, Ron's brother's son, John, and they were tragically killed driving back to Bunbury after a speedway event here up in Perth, and so this race is for the boys.
Okay. Well, that's kind of where it just kind of spurred and started, and almost a memorial race in a way, and they just named it Shootout, kind of.
Yeah, exactly, and probably, if not the biggest race on the calendar here in Western Australia. A lot of people travel from the eastern states, which, as you know, is not easy. It's a 3,000 or 4,000 kilometre trek across, because the KRIKKE family, huge name and huge family, and been a big part of Speedway, not only in Western Australia, Australia-wide.
Right. And I believe they did go to the States and did some racing over there, if I was hearing correctly.
I think so. Maybe Ron and Shane when he was here. I don't think Daryl did. Unfortunately, his accident happened before he could get to that stage. But no doubt, he for yourself, not knowing who he was a Callum Williamson.
Really?
He was that calibre. Yep, he was young. He was just got in the seat, and he was showing that potential.
Really? And then that happened. Almost sounds like a Kevin Gobrick situation, like in the States that he had.
I've heard that name. I don't know much.
Well, it's actually he's the Rookie of the Year award because he was a guy who came out and ran the Outlaws, won the Rookie of the Year, and then passed away. Yep. Now I did notice the 95 on there. Obviously, Shawn. Is that the relation there with the 95 car? How does the 95 relate to the KRIKKE situation? Is there any relation there? Because obviously Zerfoss is in a 95 tonight, and he's on the pole, and they kind of made a mention of that, or is that just the number, not necessarily actual relationship?
Yeah, I couldn't honestly say exactly how all that come about, but Sean Caron is just a huge supporter of Western Australian Speedway, and I think he might have approached the family, and that number was run on a car that Sean had a lot to do with, and Ryan Farrell was the driver, and Ryan was a great mate of Daryl and Jason's, and he wanted to wear that number, and did for a lot of years, and did it with a lot of success, and then I think Sean's just carried that on from those days, because Ryan hasn't raced now for a few years. So
did Shawn adapt that number because of?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Shawn is a historian.
Right.
He's
got the Kinzer cars that he had.
The Kinzer cars, and
I believe the old KRIKKE car over there that was in the tent. I believe Ron KRIKKE.
Ron. Yeah, he's Ron car. He's got an old, I think it's a Tognotti that was one of Ron's cars in the very early days, and restored those. So it means a lot to him. I've had a little bit to do with Shawn here and there, but when he does something, he does it like from his heart, and nothing spared. If he does something, he does it properly, and you can see by that collection here this weekend.
Right.
He's it just means a lot to him, and he's just dedicated to the sport.
Okay, well, that's and obviously it's going to be interesting. Obviously, the track. If y'all have not watched it, any of the racing tonight, Clay per view for the American audience, I believe it's on 7+.
7+, yeah.
For the Australian audience.
Yep.
The track is a little bit different tonight. Would you not say than the last 2 weeks? It's up on the wall. It's patchy. It's got a bottom to it.
Yep.
Good. Last night, obviously, Callum Williamson won finally in this stretch of coming back to the West Coast.
Yep.
And I feel like everybody's wanting to see Jock Goodyear versus Callum here, because Jock did a lot of damage. Callum was having bad luck, of course, at the Barbagallo. But tonight, Callum is going to be starting fourth. Zierfoss on the outside front row, I believe, and then Jock Goodyear on the front row pole.
And I think you've got James Inglis in there as well.
Inglis is there, and Ville's right behind Williamson. McHugh's in there.
Kingshot's not far away, and this race, of course, means a lot to him, driving a KRIKKE family car. So
right, because he's in the 2 car. The KRIKKE Motorsports car is actually competing tonight, the same one that Madsen was running previously.
That's right. Yep.
So it is going to be interesting in a way where you might have, and this is a Callum Williamson style track, I would agree, or I would think, right up on the wall, slicked
right up on the wall, closer the better for him.
And Jock Goodyear obviously is the best of the Midwest over there in the east southern sectors of the country. Yep. I think we could have us a Callum versus Good. I think everybody kind of wants that battle to happen, you know. I think that's what people have been looking forward to, because other guys have had shots at Goodyear, but they haven't been able to do anything with it. But we ain't seen Callum line up right behind Goodyear on a racetrack yet, and it looks like we might get that tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the Barbagallo, Callum started fairly deep and did come through. Jock's top of his game, of course, and Lockie running the bottom there last week. It was just it was an awesome race. Like, both of them just stuck to their lines, and but you throw Callum in there, and Jamie Veal, of course, the first night of this Festival of Sprint Cars.
And
Zierfoss now's here. The first half a dozen can win this.
It is going to be interesting. Now, for the record, we are going to be going live before the A main, because we're going to be in this damn Ute and explain to the people what the hell this is going to be like. What we're going to, first of all, I did get a little taste of this Wednesday. We did a pre-record style of it. I'm like, that was too good to waste. Again, we're going live now because you're out there in this damn Ute with this hot rod freaking steering wheel. You're throwing sliders on the field before we even get to them in this thing. I mean, it's hauling the mail, and you got your little click down there. It's like Fast and the Furious rolling up on a set like a team. And then we get out onto the track, and we didn't have fireworks Wednesday.
No, we didn't. So midweek show, not a big audience, and of course a midweek to I guess give some of the eastern states travellers something to do.
Kind of hot laps.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously our job is to push start the race cars, but also presentation. John Day was huge on presentation, and he started this and come up with the idea, and we'll form up behind the field, and it was I don't know when the fireworks were introduced, but so
you're telling me there's going to be fireworks blowing up all around us?
We're going to have fireworks off the back of each of these utes tonight.
What?
And
where do you put them?
Oh, we've got a little device that hangs off the back. A
device?
There.
Okay.
Well, yeah, more or less a bracket.
So we're going to be in the middle of a firework, basically.
We're going to be in the middle of the 4 wide. There's 9 utes here tonight.
Oh God!
Plus a Toyota Hilux that'll light up. The pace car will light up, and we'll present the best race of the Festival of Sprint Cars in style, John Day style.
Okay. So we will be live for that. So stay tuned on the channel. Have the 7+ on the TV, and then on the phone you can have the Chaz. That would be an interesting deal. Look at him; he's right there blowing it. He's in that Ute that's on fire. But anyways, be sure to stay tuned. We will be going back live once again. for the A main we'll go live when we get in here and start pushing. We'll be, if you want to ride along as we push sprint cars off and blow this thing up with fireworks, tune in. All right. Once again, what's your name? Sign off for him.
All right, David from John Day Racing.
David from John Day Racing. All right. See you, Goliath. We're over.